to be back on YouTube. I've been wanting to film this video for such a long time, but I've had a lot of projects coming up. Now I'm here and I hope you guys have had an amazing new year. A few days ago I went to a Great Gatsby party and I wore this costume out. And I thought it'd be such a good idea to show you how to make this costume as well. There will be two parts to this video. The first part is the headpiece and the dress. And then the second part will be the makeup and the hair. And to make this costume, I took inspiration from both the movie and the 1920s, and I also put a modern take on it because not all of us can just go out and buy a costume. I know I couldn't do that, so I took a dress that I had in my closet and I added some like 1920s touches to it to make it perfect for a Gatsby party. And one of the projects that I'm currently working on besides YouTube is something called Trash to Trends, which is actually a fundraiser fashion show where 30 designers, including myself, are going to build these big dresses out of recycled materials and garbage. Any of you are out there in the Orlando area, I will have the link down below on where to buy tickets for this event. So come help support local artists and keep Orlando beautiful.
Alright everyone, so let's jump right into the tutorial with the base of the dress, which is, for me, a Forever 21 dress that already has some embroidery appliques on it, and that's what you're looking for, something that already has details that you can just add on to it, with trims that are sparkly and beaded wire. Using my beaded wire here, I am twisting it and warping it to get some cool shapes out of it, and I want to follow the embroidery patch silhouette. And I want to do this throughout the entire dress in whatever areas I want it to have. And you can also do this with some sparkly trims and some rhinestone trims. So just keep on adding to it, create fun patterns, and make something truly original and unique. And now to make sure that our lovely designs stay on our dress, we're going to tack it down using some hand stitching. And here I have some thick thread and a needle. And what I'm doing is basically tagging it down by making one stitch along every few centimeters. And to do this, you just want to make a stitch and pull tight and then go under about a few centimeters and then come back out again. So you're not making a stitch every few little like millimeters. These are big long stitch strides, I would put it. I hope that makes sense. For any trims that are like this one where you can actually go through it, that's what I'm doing here. I'm making some long stitches and I'm going right through the trim, and it's fine if the thread shows because you actually can't really see it unless you look really closely. Now we're going to start on the bottom fringe, and please ignore the lack of sparkly on top, even though we just talked about it because I filmed this in a really weird way. So pretty much you want to use some fringe and apply one layer, and you want to apply it below the hip so that it gives that 1920s style. And I've just pinned it down and I'm going to stitch it on the sewing machine. And when I'm done doing that first layer of fringe, I want to do a layer of ostrich feathers, and I will have the link down below on where I got them. And I've noticed a lot of 1920s dresses have this ostrich fringe to them at the bottom, so that's why I'm using it. It gives some really cool dimension. So just pin them into place and make a row of stitching with your sewing machine. And you're going to add another layer because one row of ostrich feathers is not enough. And then when you're done sewing all that, just cut off the bottom edge of the fringe and you're finished. Next, I'm going to show you how to make this easy and affordable headband. And all you need is to bring out all your sparkly items that you have. Here I have some glitter paper, glitter trim, and rhinestones. And using some glitter paper, I have marked 7 inches, which is the width of my forehead. And I am freehanding a design. It's just like this spiral design. And this might be a little bit choppy because I was pretty much freehanding this as I was filming. So just keep working your design and tweaking it, and this is what I ended up with after I cut it all out. And now I'm sketching out the area that I want to leave out, and this will be like the negative space that I'm going to cut out. When you're done sketching, it should look like this, and when you cut it out, it should look like this. Now I'm taking a scrap of black tulle and I'm cutting it to fit that negative space area. And what I'm doing is gluing around that area and sticking on that piece right there. And what this is going to do is create kind of like a transparent area so that you can glue your rhinestones onto it, which will be super cool, more high tech than it really is. Now just lay out your rhinestones in any design that you want and glue it down with some E6000 glue. And you also want to do this on top of some wax paper so that it doesn't stick to the table. Yeah, we don't want that. And now I'm taking this awesome rhinestone trim and using my glue gun, I'm applying a thin strip along that wavy part of the headband and I'm just pressing the rhinestone onto it. And you want to do the exact same thing on the other side, and for the center I am gluing on a embroidery patch. I'm also adding 3 small rhinestones to the top to complete the look. For the rest of the headband I'm going to use this cool silver and black ribbon, and I'm gluing this down with some E6000 glue because I found that that works the best. After only gluing one side down, I'm going to evenly fold it and cut it in half so that we can glue an elastic later. Next, I'm going to glue the other half of the ribbon that we just cut, and using some beaded wire, I'm going to put a finishing touch on the headband by making 2 curves like this and gluing them down securely. Next, for the back of the headband, I'm using a hair elastic, and after measuring it to make sure it fits my head right, I'm going to cut it and fold over the edge and glue it. And now you're done with the entire costume, and you just have to add some fun accessories like a bold necklace, long rhinestone earrings, long black gloves, and a cigarette if you want. And mine is totally fake by rolling out some black and white paper.
Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, definitely hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button so you can see all the new videos coming out. And if you choose to make anything, definitely hashtag #MadeLinDIY so that I can see all your recreations. Alright everybody, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Oh! Brandon, you know I can't go because you're putting stuff away in the fridge. You just want to be in the freaking bloopers. That didn't work at all.
Did
it fall in my mouth?
It fell right on your face.